My dear students, welcome to the class. Today we are going to discuss about the muscular tissue. Muscular tissue. This is a tissue which causes movements. The tissue which is responsible for movements within our body and also movements of the body and body parts is known as muscular tissue. We change our position. So muscular tissue causes movements of the body, and internally the blood is moving throughout the body. This is movement inside the body. We can move our body parts, our hands, head, eyes, etc. So the tissue which is responsible for movements of the body parts or inside the body is known as muscular tissue. How does it cause the movements? The nature of the muscular tissue is contractile. It is made up of, it is a contractile tissue. Muscular tissue is made up of contractile type of fibers. All the tissues are made up of cells, and so is the case with muscular tissue. Muscular tissue is also made up of muscle cells, and there is special name for the cells which is muscle fiber. Muscle cells are known as muscle fibers. And these cells, these fibers are special in the sense that they contain contractile proteins. So that the muscles may contract and relax. Muscles may contract and relax. This is the special feature of the muscular tissue. Muscular tissue is of three types. First one, skeletal muscle, because it is attached to bones. First one is skeletal muscle. It is attached to bones. That's why it is known as skeletal muscle. The second type is known as visceral muscles because it makes the walls of the viscera. It is found in walls of viscera. Viscera means internal organs, except heart. All the internal organs are, except heart, are made up of visceral muscles. And viscera means internal organs. The third one is cardiac muscle. Walls of the heart are made up of cardiac muscle. These are three types of the muscular tissue. So let us now understand about skeletal muscle. First of all, we take skeletal muscle. The muscles which are present on our skeleton, that is bones, is known as skeletal muscle. For example, all the muscles of our arms, limbs, chest, etc., head, neck, our cheeks, all these are skeletal muscles. So, as I told you that they have a special feature that they can contract and relax and cause movements. For example, we take two bones. Suppose this is the upper arm and this is lower arm. Each muscle has two ends, at least two ends. For example, one end is attached here and the other end on the other bone. Okay, this is an example of muscle. When this muscle contracts, it is shortened, its size becomes short, so this bone will move. This way they cause the movements. All the three types of muscles are made up of muscle bundles. This is a transverse section. For example, this is a muscle. If we cut it like this is known as transverse section. In a transverse section, the muscle is seen as made up of several bundles. Several bundles. These are known as muscle bundles. And each bundle is made up of these muscle fibers, or we can say muscle cells. And if we enlarge one muscle cell, one muscle fiber of this skeletal muscle. Now I am talking about skeletal muscle. One muscle fiber of this skeletal muscle looks like this. It is long, unbranched, and made up of very thin fibers, two type of fibers. It is made up of two type of fibers which are known as myofibrils. Myofibrils. Each muscle fiber is made up of two type of skeletal muscle fiber is made up of two type of contractile proteins which are arranged parallel to each other, and they are known as myofilaments or myofibrils. As you can see, these are one type of filaments and this is another type. This one is somewhat thicker than this. These are two types of filaments. This one appears as dark and the other one is, its appearance is light, somewhat light. So, when we see under microscope, we find alternate dark and light regions. This one region appears as dark, this much, and the other, this one, it appears as light. So we can see alternate dark and light bands. So another name for these skeletal muscles is striated muscles, because they show alternate striations of dark and light filaments due to these myofibrils. The plasma membrane of this muscle cell is known as sarcolemma. Plasma membrane of this muscle fiber is known as sarcolemma. This is the plasma membrane which is known as sarcolemma, and the cytoplasm of muscle cell is known as sarcoplasm, and it is multinucleated. It is multinucleated. This is one nucleus, another nucleus, here one more nucleus. So the skeletal muscle fibers are long, cylindrical, made up of two types of contractile proteins, and they are multinucleated. They are multinucleated. Where are these present? In our upper limbs, lower limbs, our chest, neck region, head, face, all these are skeletal muscles. तो अब के लिए इतना बहुत है. जल्दी ही मिलेंगे नेक्स्ट क्लास में. उसमें हम करेंगे विसरल मसल्स, जिनको कि स्मूथ मसल्स भी कहा जाता है.